Welcome to Gattsy on Goosebumps, the show in which I review every single Goosebumps book from R.L. Stine's original series. I'll be kicking things off most appropriately with Goosebumps number 1, Welcome to Dead House. We'll take a quick look at the cover art there by artist Tim Jacobus. Very ominous looking house, as you can see, but doesn't give you much about the plot. You're not actually sure why it's a dead house. Tagline is, "It will just kill you," and I'll read the blurb here briefly. Look alive. Amanda and Josh think the old house they've just moved into is weird, spooky, possibly haunted. And that the town of Dark Falls is pretty strange too. But their parents don't believe them. You'll get used to it, they say. Go out and make some new friends. So Amanda and Josh do, but these new friends are not exactly what their parents had in mind, because they want to be friends forever. Well, that's essentially the plot. Amanda and Josh move into an old house because their parents inherited from a great uncle they've never actually heard of. And in typical Goosebumps fashion, things turn weird pretty quickly. They start seeing ghostly apparitions inside the house, they're hearing giggles and whispers behind doors, and their dog is going absolutely crazy and running away and barking at all the people they come across. Furthermore, everything in Dark Falls is somewhat appropriately incredibly dark, owing to huge shady trees that cover the town, and no one likes to be out when the sun is out. As it turns out, everyone in Dark Falls is dead, or undead to be specific. There was an explosion at a nearby plastics factory that released a huge gas that rendered them zombies, though the term zombie is never actually used in the book. Now, once a year, they have to lure people into the dead house where they can consume them, make them one of them, and they live on for another year. They keep mentioning that they need new blood or fresh blood. I'm not sure if this means they actually drink the blood to sustain themselves or it's just an expression. Amanda and Josh manage to save their parents from the clutches of the townspeople by exposing them to sunlight, destroying each and every one of them. The story ends with the family leaving the house just as a new family moves in, and Amanda is sure that she can see the zombie realtor who gave them the house in the first place standing on the balcony, but she quickly puts it out of her mind. Rereading the book, I was surprised at some of the gruesome depictions offered in it, with regard to the townspeople being destroyed by sunlight. I actually have a passage here. Ray's skin seemed to be melting. His whole face sagged, then fell, dropping off his skull. I stared into the circle of white light, unable to look away, as Ray's skin folded and drooped and melted away. As the bone underneath was revealed, his eyeballs rolled out of their sockets and fell silently to the ground. I jumped aside as he crumpled to the ground and gasped as his skull hit the top of the marble gravestone and cracked open with a sickening splat. Particularly graphic for a Goosebumps book, I found. You can maybe put that down to that is the first book in the series. But there is definitely a disturbing tone throughout the whole book that would be replaced, I think, in later books with a more goofy or spooky, but not necessarily chilling feel. Furthermore, this would be the only time I think zombies are used in the original series of Goosebumps, even if they're not called zombies. And by giving a scientific explanation, it does stand out with what would come later, which I think is usually just magic spells or curses, rather than the gas that turns them all into zombies. Also, that beloved dog they had, he dies. The townspeople kill him. He doesn't come back at the end. For those reasons, I think the book really does stand out in this series. It's not lighthearted or goofy. The characters are placed in real danger and the things they see are genuinely terrifying. And for that reason alone is a valuable part of the series. So that is Welcome to Dead House, Goosebumps number 1. Join me next time on Gattsy on Goosebumps as I review Goosebumps number 2, Stay Out of the Basement. Thank you for watching and please stay spooky.